Hello and welcome to Marathon Sports. Today we're going to be talking about India versus Bangladesh game and analyze our openers. Let's talk about the India versus Bangladesh game. India have just defeated Bangladesh by 5 runs on Duckworth-Lewis method, and India have moved up to number one in Group 2. Happy news for all Indians, and India are well on course to make it to the semi-final, something which is a huge hurdle for India in the last edition of the World Cup, and this edition they're looking to tick all the boxes at this point. But at this point, let's look what is actually troubling India. But before that, let's talk about the India versus Bangladesh game. In today's game in Adelaide, you know when it's Adelaide, you expect one player to step up. It was King Kohli once again who came out to score the runs, and he was a man of the match for Team India. But when it comes to the bowling performance, Indians were put under the pressure. Liton Das came firing. Liton Das scored a brilliant 60 runs, and Indians were looking a little bit off in trouble. But what happened from there on? Duckworth Lewis method, something which everyone thought if there was no game which was supposed to be played after the seventh over, Bangladesh were ahead by 17 runs. Something which certainly Indians were all worried about. Everyone had their nails in their mouth for sure. When Bangladesh came out to bat, they needed just 85 runs or 54 balls. But that's when Indian bowlers stepped up, like so Arshdeep Singh, Hardik Pandya, Mohammad Shami. Everyone stepped in, and also don't forget KL Rahul's run out. That was a magical moment. If India goes on to really have a triumphant performance in this T20 World Cup, this will be one of the iconic moments of the T20 World Cup. That KL Rahul's run out off balance from 34 meters with one stump aiming. That was wonderful, isn't it? But all good. India having 6 points, well on course to semi-finals. Let's look at one problem which has been really looming over India. One problem which is really troubling India at this point. It is Indian openers. Indian openers with the likes of KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma. These two are gigantic names when it comes to T20. In T20s across wherever they play, they've always scored runs. But as a pair in this World Cup or just before the World Cup, they're not really clicked together. In the last 10 innings, they've just had 250 plus partnerships. One against Pakistan, which came in Dubai, and other against South Africa, which came in Guwahati. So these two knocks are the only memorable knocks. These two are the only partnerships which came in togetherness for Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul. Now, if you look back, where has it been going wrong for these two pairs? They've just scored 72 runs and 74 runs respectively. KL Rahul has just scored 72 runs, including the 50 which he scored today. And and Rohit Sharma has just scored 74 runs. That's what we're talking about. It. He's scored a 50 against Netherlands. He's not really looked like himself at all. And if you talk about Rohit Sharma, his strike rate also has fallen down. He's just striking at 109, and KL Rahul is striking at 108. Now, that's a serious concern for Team India, isn't it? But if you talk about Rohit Sharma in T20 World Cups, since 2014, he has not scored a 50 against a top 9 team. His last three 50s came up against Afghanistan, Namibia, and Netherlands. Something which Rohit Sharma was seriously going to think about or ponder about. Something which came into analysis. If you talk about analysis of Rohit Sharma, one thing about Rohit Sharma which we all appreciate, even Virat Kohli himself has come out appreciating, is that split second which Rohit Sharma has got while facing, especially in Australian conditions, you need an extra split second while facing the ball. And fast bowlers can be really troubling you with the short pitch bowling. But with Rohit Sharma in this World Cup, from our analysis, we could find out that Rohit Sharma is struggling slightly. Rohit Sharma is not really getting in position to the ball. You saw that against Pakistan. You saw it against Netherlands. Rohit Sharma's one of the favorite shots is the pull shot. He's being delayed on the pull shot where the ball is coming and hitting up on the bat. Something which is seriously going to concern Rohit Sharma. Even in the dismissal against Bangladesh, you saw the ball came and hit him high on the bat against a short pitch ball. Something which you don't see from a player of Rohit Sharma's caliber is a supremely talented player. Rohit Sharma has been the most talented player in Indian batting history, one can say, maybe after Tendulkar and Surya Gavaskar. With Virat Kohli, he has always developed himself into a player. But Rohit Sharma has been supremely talented from the day he made his debut. But it could be possibly him nearing a latter half of his career, which nobody would like to hear. But the fact of the matter, or being pragmatic, you have to consider that into mind. That when a batter nears the latter half of the career, he tends to be late on the ball. Or is it some fitness issues? Something which only he can answer. But Rohit Sharma would like to correct it, and we'll all like to believe it's a mental block which he's going through, and he can possibly come in form in the big situation or in big matches. With Rohit Sharma, we know that he's a player for the big occasions. If we have to talk about IPL, he had a very mediocre season in 2020, but come the IPL final, he scored a brilliant 50. In 2015 also, he went on to score 50 in the IPL final. 2019 and 2017 as well, he had very good performances in the IPL finals. But that's the thing with Rohit Sharma. You give him the big occasion, he tries to step up. If you remember, even the 2015 quarterfinal against Bangladesh, he scored a brilliant 100 when other batters did fail. So Rohit Sharma can be told as a player for the big occasion, and we'll all be hoping, and all of India And Rohit Sharma and the team will be hoping that he comes good when it matters the most for Team India. But let's talk about KL Rahul on the other end. KL Rahul, everybody were talking. Is it time to drop KL Rahul? But Rahul Dravid and team management was very, very clear that they're going to stick with KL Rahul because they're going to back him. And today's knocking against Bangladesh is certainly a positive news for KL Rahul, the player. Why is it positive? And what has really sparked the change from what we could gather? KL Rao, a day prior to the game against Bangladesh, spent close to 1 hour speaking to Virat Kohli on his technique and also to Rahul Dravid and Vikram Rathore on his technique and what has been the mental block. And he also spent quality time with Paddy Upton. If you know KL Rahul, the player, you know it's not the technique which is the issue. It is the mental block because it's always been talented. Because he's the same player who scored a very quick 50 against Australia in the warm-up game. So you can't lose form over a week. It was certainly a mental block. And today you saw, and what is the Virat Kohli factor in KL Rahul's form? From what we could gather today, when Virat Kohli came to bat today, KL Rahul was still struggling. He had hit a six, but still KL Rahul was tentative. The moment Virat Kohli came to bat, he was very clear. He was pumping KL Rahul up. Something which Virat Kohli brings into every batter. That aura which Virat Kohli brings into the crease is something which has helped KL Rahul today. That was very evident in the crease and it was very evident in KL Rahul's batting. The moment he came, he told to go after the ball. He hit a six and hit a four in that very over which Rohit Sharma got dismissed. And from there on, KL Rahul started to get going. He got a free hit, he hit a six and he hit a very beautiful six over long on. That was the shot of the match for me for KL Rahul. So that's a KL Rahul which we like to see. He batted at a strike rate close to 180 today and which is very impressive. Something which you want to see of KL Rahul even more as you go ahead. Positive sign for India, and KL Rahul, we're really hoping he continues the form. If you look at Indian batting structure in this entire tournament, the runs have come from Virat Kohli and Surya Kumar Yadav. The two pillars batting at number 3 and number 4. In a T20 format, you need your number 3 and number 4 score. You can't really rely on your top two. Good sign, but you want your number 1 and number 2 to also score runs. Because Virat Kohli has scored 220 runs and Surya Kumar Yadav has scored 164 runs. Virat Kohli has been just dismissed once. And Surya Kumar Yadav has looked in exemplary form throughout the World Cup. I don't think there's ever been a patch where you felt like Surya Kumar Yadav was struggling. And the knock in Perth was just the icing on the cake. And you'll be hoping that you will see more of Surya Kumar Yadav and you will see why Surya Kumar Yadav is an X factor player. Now, for Team India, the biggest concern are the openers and team management. And Rohit Sharma himself, as a captain, will like to believe that he'll like to strike some form to benefit the team because Rohit Sharma's form is so crucial for Team India if they have to clinch that title on 13th of November. So thank you for watching this analysis. For more of this analysis, subscribe to the Mad About Sports channel and also follow us on Instagram as well, where we brought out some really interesting short videos and more analysis and more statics. Stay safe, all of you.